Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing tonight? I am excited to get back into some Deus Ex. Oh man, your leggies hurty, so you sit down. Hoobie doobie, hoobie doobie 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 doobie. I am running low on some fucking gamer subs. Actually, I forgot to check my email. Oh gosh, I'm gonna feel embarrassed if they responded. They did not. Unfortunate. I imagine they haven't responded because because it's like a negative response. I'm not actually going to be getting anything from them. But you know, c'est la vie, such is life. That's how it be. Especially since I'm a literal nobody. Let's see. Looking at the website, looks like Numi got a fucking waifu cup. Good for her. What the fuck flavors do I want? Because I'm running low. So let's see. Gamer subs. Go with the energy. Sakura Splash. Raw meat. Good. I've thought about some Blowhole Blast. Blowhole Blast was pretty good when I tried the thing. Military. I don't know if there are any cherry flavors. Well, I think there is one. Let me see. Isn't Grandpa's Ashes a cherry? No, this is raspberry. It's yet another raspberry. I've tried so many raspberry ones. Peach tea and lemonade. Sweet 6-pack. Oh boy, what's this one? Cherry pineapple. I'm not sure what the best thing to drink. Dude, an MTGA draft still listening though. Sweet. I'm trying to decide what flavor I want because I'm running low. Let's see, peach mango, soda pressed pear. Do I just get titty milk again? Because the last time I got was the cursed energy, which I think is supposed to be raspberry tea flavored, but like it's kind of like it's all right, but it's not like amazing or anything. Let me see, Cajo's bloody orange, pina colada, dragon fruit, grape, watermelon ice, and then there's just red raspberry. Emotional damage. That's one of the reasons I like gamer subs is that it's very it doesn't take itself seriously like at all. I mean, like they have one of their flavors is called fucking brand risk. Like it's hilarious to me. And like half their shit is just edgy. Or not edgy. Well, I guess sexy is a kind of edgy, right? Watermelon? Ooh, watermelon's a good idea. Drink the wrath of the almighty. Drink the wrath of the almighty. Oranges. Anime girl thigh. That one's Flork of Cows. I fucking love Flork of Cows. I think his comics are fucking hilarious. Do they have an actual, like... I mean, I know that they have just, like, a normal... I know they have, like, a normal, like, watermelon flavor. Let's see. Raw meat. Watermelon and cantaloupe. I'm not huge on cantaloupe. Ooh, tasteful flavor of sour cherry. Maybe I should get Silver Vale's flavor. Yeah, fuck it. I'll place an order for Silver Vale's flavor. We'll see how it goes. I really hope I don't hate it. I haven't. This is gonna be the first time I try one that that I'm just purchasing. So, or is it already out? Or is it just not? Is it not out? Oh no, it would be. It looks like it's a preview. And there's Pyro Power. No! Alright, what's good then? This one's also cherry. I don't know. Nah, fuck it. I'll figure this out later. I've spent way too much time trying to decide on a fucking G-Subs flavor. Let's boot this fucking game up. So we're going into the Templars. I looked at the end of the last one. They used a neuroparalytic poison to basically to make it so that we couldn't move, right? Because if we can't move, then we can't, like, they can like put a bag over our heads and we're not allowed to know where the fuck we are, which is, I mean, kind of weird to me, because, like, I feel like we would have access to a GPS, right, through our info link, and if we have access to a GPS, we know where the fuck we are pretty much regardless. Like, I imagine, like, Denton just kind of knows what direction he's heading, even if he doesn't quite know how far he's going. It's like, oh yeah, we generally headed west, or we generally headed north, or some shit, but whatever. Alright, Morgan Everett's home. Alright. So, we just got here. Ooh. Like, surely we would still know what country we were in, right? Make contact with the Illuminati in Paris, where the former Illuminati leader, Morgan Everett, is rumored to be in hiding. Okay.
It would be rather serendipitous if Bob Page invented something Everett could not figure out.
That would be quite serendipitous, I think. I think serendipitous is a good word. I remember when I first learned the word serendipity. You know, like, oh, it's like you found something you needed or wanted that you were not looking for. You happened upon it. Which, like, at the time I was like, how the hell would that happen? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Because I was like 6 and I was like, how could I find something that I wasn't looking for? But, like, as I've experienced serendipity. Interesting that Icarus is now being not nice, but he's not explicitly hostile right now. Because before, I think he was pretty much just like, no, you're, I've found you, I'm going to fucking, I don't know, eat you. Not like literally that, obviously.
You missed dinner, but help yourself to a snack.
Whatever you say, Camilla. I'll help myself to a snack, alright.
Do not to disturb Lucius de Beers.
Lucius de Beers. Alright, let's see. Hello? Ooh. Oh wait, I should probably have, what was it? F9, F10? Get myself healed up. Alright, well if going down there looks like it's the, correct way, as it were, I'm gonna do a little bit more exploring. Credit shit. PS20. They invented the PlayStation 20? Wow. Ooh, a nano key. Why do I always run out of room for medkits? This tiny little amount here. Forcing this to be used. Unfortunate. Throwing knives. These are low-tech weapons. Wait, if they're low-tech, then I'm pretty okay with those. I'm at least as good with them as I am with the pistol or the mini crossbow. Which, holy shit, I have a lot of mini crossbow ammo now. Why didn't I have all these tranq darts in the beginning, huh? Why was it so hard to be non-lethal until then? Yeah, whatever. Let's see. I don't... Is there a reason for me to hold on to this? Base damage is 14, base damage is 25. Like, no, the 10 mil is just almost strictly worse. What the fuck? Fuck that. Cigarettes and a candy bar. Everyone watching Denton shop for G-subs while people are dying. Home shopping music plays. Just like elevator music, just like dun 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 dun. Like, it's not even that serious, right? It's just fucking Denton. Denton is just like in the middle of a firefight on fucking G-Sub's website, just like, I wonder. Prod charger. Prod charger. Well, we're maxed out on prod charger ammo. Which I guess is cool. Hello? It's a kitty cat. I see you, Mr. Camera, sir. I like that camera has a thing basically saying, oh, you can do this. You can hack this camera, but it only takes one. And the fact that it only takes one makes me think that it's probably pointless to do. This is going to be a guy we have to talk to, isn't it? Denton, please! Do I want sour cherry, or do I want another raspberry one? He's literally me, dude.
So this is where the Illuminati ended up after centuries of conspiring to rule the world.
The conspiracy is about to begin again, JC, between you and me. Nicolette was wise to bring us together. Wise like her mother. The most effective partnerships, like Beth's and mine, arise from mutual necessity.
I came to talk about the Grey Death. Atanwe says you cracked the virus.
A trivial matter. Page added nothing to the core design. However, what we need to construct is a carbano-carbon ROM module, not exactly a vaccine.
Can it be done without a universal constructor?
No, we need time on a UC. But I know where we might find one, and also gain access to the U.S. military networks.
U.S. military?
To stop Icarus from completely destroying the Daedalus AI. Daedalus is a design of mine. It replaced the old Echelon 3 network.
Okay, so that solves that mystery.
Echelon. The surveillance system for the United Nations. So Daedalus was an MJ-12 tool and rebelled?
More of a pattern-matching error. It classified Majestic 12 as a terrorist group, alongside the NSF and Silhouette.
Oh!
Alongside the Illuminati, right? Are you sure Daedalus is your ally?
What matters to us is that it opposes Majestic 12. We must help it destroy their intelligence apparatus. But that will require the military networks. I have already contacted Gary Savage of X-51.
The former Area 51 scientists. Are they still camped out at the Vandenberg Air Force Base?
They
Probably.
are close to completing a UC and have the kind of connection Daedalus will need.
Sounds like my pilot and I should head to Vandenberg.
Yes, I took the liberty of radioing him. Here is the key to the helipad stairway. The door is in the foyer where Atanwe revived you. Good luck. I will be in contact.
Okay, hold on. I want to look at this conversation again. We go to our conversations. Morgan Everett. So, let's see. So we already knew that the virus is not actually a virus. This isn't a biological weapon in the way that something like fucking... I don't know, name your favorite conspiracy theory of bioweapon. I think the one that I know of, that one of the few operations I've heard of was like something called like Cherry Blossoms at Midnight or some shit. And it was like a Japanese plan to attack the United States during World War II. But it didn't pan out because the war ended too soon. But basically the idea is that normally a biological weapon is actually a biological agent, something like a virus or bacteria that will infect a host. But because of the way this thing is, where it's not technically a disease, it's like these nanomachines do affect the human biology in a way, but they're not like, they are not actually like little viruses. They're in a way much more dangerous by the way that this is describing them. So we're not working on a vaccine per se. What is it that they called it? A carbano-carbon ROM module. What is carbano-carbon? Carbano-carbon? Carbon. Reinforced carbon. Carbon fiber reinforced carbon. A composite material consisting of carbon fiber reinforcement in a matrix of graphite. And so we're using a reinforced ROM, a carbon reinforced ROM module? Like a... ROM module? So we're working on essentially some cybersecurity shit? I mean, all of the images for ROM modules, it looks like a lot of the ones I'm getting are like RAM sticks, but I don't think that's what they are. These look like they're just pieces of a motherboard. Let's see. ROM module in computer. Well, no, this is RAM. Damn you, PC Mag. Yeah. Okay, so interesting that that's the way that is. Can it be done without a universal constructor? We don't have a universal constructor, so... Page added nothing to the core design, so we know that, blah blah blah. So we're gonna use... So we need access to the US military network to stop Icarus from destroying Daedalus. Daedalus is, So Daedalus is the AI who was contacting us before. Helped us break out of Majestic 12. And kind of helped lead us through the area. They helped lead us through a couple of different places. You converted Oink to the Fear and Hunger fandom. Nice. I haven't watched the full playthrough that you sent me. I do think it'd be fun to check out. All of the screenshots I've seen from it make it look pretty fucking cool. Like a really edgy JRPG almost. So what matters to us is that it opposes Majestic 12. So we know that Daedalus opposes MJ12. Technically it would also oppose us, right? Contacted Gary Savage of X51. X51, I assume, is Area 51. This is the former Area 51 scientist. I assume X51 is like... Well, it's not like at Area 51, but the guy will have insider knowledge on Area 51. Isn't Vandenberg the actual, like... Isn't that the actual location of Area 51? Vandenberg... AFB. Area 51. They don't have anything about Area 51 on Vandenberg's thing, so I'm probably not. Groom Lake, Nevada is where Area 51 is. Man, you guys remember that whole thing with Area 51 a few years ago where people were like, oh, we're gonna stage a raid on Area 51 and it'll be really funny. Cause like, they can't like shoot everybody, essentially. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure that if that had gone the way that they were planning, they probably would have just shot everyone, and it would have looked really bad. Anyways. I'm just gonna go ahead and hack this. Everett Enterprises. So Everett is still a prominent business figure, surely, if he has something called Everett Enterprises. Off. 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 Unlocked. Open. Did Denton go to Area 51? Does Denton know how to fight the dot matrix? He probably doesn't, but he's also probably better equipped to do so than our intrepid hero, fucking, Pasternak. All right, what are we upgrading here? I think we were just doing cranial, right? Because if we end up fighting if we end up fighting robots or people who have rocket launchers, then this will... Yeah, we can turn that on, and then it should just blow them up instead of us. So, upgrade. Because so far, the regeneration is nice, but it's also kind of like... We only really use it if we run into a... somewhere that there's a fucking... what's it called? The robot that can restore our... energy. Cranium maxing? Dude, 100%. Damn. Just on the off chance he gets mad at me over this. Sosa would think unhealthy thoughts around Denton. Sosa would be so weird around Denton. Because he is, like, a culmination of all of the things that she is, like, interested in. Right. Well, might as well do accuracy on that one. And the laser... eliminates any inaccuracy resulting from an inability to visually gauge a projectile's point of impact. I mean, I guess we could just put that on there, too. Okay. Not too bad. I guess we just pick up our throwing knives again. I do like the Gep gun, though. I think I think it's pretty cool. Ooh, hello, Alex?
Good news, huh? Looks like we might pull this thing off.
Hell yeah.
Alex, what are you doing here?
Tong sent me. He wanted me to help with the decryption.
Looks like Everett has it all figured out.
Listen quickly. Tong doesn't trust the Illuminati. He sent me here to keep an eye on Everett.
Of course they don't.
I see. How about the triads? Is the truce going to hold?
No.
Last I heard. But I guess we have other things to worry about now, huh? I'll keep you in touch through your info link. I'll try my best to keep you informed.
Hell yeah.
Yes, do exactly that. Keep me informed.
I like Alex. Alright, biocell, EMP grenade. House plants. Don't see anything back here that's worth noting. Soda. Ooh. Toby, I'm afraid I'll be in the lab for quite a while concentrating on this most interesting new development. If you need to access the security system, this week's code is Pinchin. We should be especially wary now with this recent turn of events. I imagine Bobby is feeling the first signs of apprehension, and he tends to overreact when that happens. And if Lucius continues to complain, you may access his life support with the same password at the central computer. Please don't raise his temperature more than a degree, as I don't want him thawing out. Yo, what the fuck is this? I support my girl. I think she could pull Denton. I mean, she probably could, but Denton is also like... I don't know if there's anyone who could pull Denton. Is the kind of the thing. I would cheer Sosa on, but I don't know if there's anyone who can pull Denton. He seems to be too autistic. He would not notice. Alex, your brother is dead and all, but bro, the new apple flavor is gonna sell out. Yes, do exactly that. Keep me informed. 100% Denton. Okay, so we have someone on ice by the sounds of it. Alright, so we're all healed up.
You won't be hearing from Tong for a while. He had to leave Hong Kong.
Did he?
Why? The triads?
He said he had some business to take care of. I don't know. He didn't look so good.
Sick?
Either that or something was bothering him. The last thing he said to me, it was something about all the machines in his lab being useless. And then he cut off the connection.
So what's going on with
Useless for
Tong?
what?
It was just an outburst. I don't know, but he wants me to wait here for instructions. JC, Tong is serious about Everett. He wants you to be careful. While you're in the air, I guess I'll be helping Everett prepare Daedalus for the attack. I hope he knows what he's doing. The Echelon kernel was designed almost exclusively for collecting data, so we have to add functionality for memory wipes, thread termination, that kind of thing.
Interesting.
It's not often you get to construct a software worm that might do some good for the world. Everett and Tong will need some control of the network if they're ever going to come out of hiding. Good luck at Vandenberg. Some of the best scientists in the world have joined up with Savage.
Have they? I'm just gonna hack this, see what's in it. I want to see if there's a password or something that I can find, if there's some emails in here. Because I want to read what... I don't know fucking anything. Suspension codes. I placed the nanoorganic material that we received today in suspension until you have the opportunity to perform an analysis. The codes are 2384 and 6426. Please allow me... Okay. I'm going to assume... this is under here. Ah, that's right. I can't, like... Ah, I guess I couldn't get the email. The email doesn't get saved, that's right. Interesting. There's got to be an email for that computer around somewhere, right? Is there a way in there? There should be. Up there. Is there a... There is. This should let me... This should let me get to the other side. Ooh. Exploration bonus, some darts. I don't need a rebreather. There's nothing up here, huh? Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Pretty convenient that, let me out. Okay, there we go. Pretty convenient that that worked the way it did. Anything back here you don't happen to like? No. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we should just leave the way we came in. Kitty cat, kitty cat. Alright. Time to go into the new area, I guess. This is gonna be fucking great. Because this whole thing is... I don't need the PS20. Don't really need the pistol. There's no... Ooh. Hello? What is this? Sosa is here because there's cats. True. I think it's kind of funny that, like, the pick will sometimes do 41 and sometimes do, and sometimes just 40. Alright, we're gonna hack this one as well. Dude, Everett's place is fucking sick. turn this off and turn this off. Both of those are good. 100 points of exploration. A credit chit, a data cube. Beth, feel free to visit with Morpheus while I'm away. The code is 8001. I'm sure you have many interesting things to discuss, and pay no attention to Lucius. He complains at the slightest provocation. That's fucking sick.
What are you doing back here? Denton, right?
Holy shit, it's Lucius.
You're alive in that thing?
I am conscious. Tell Everett I am cold. He keeps me so cold.
Who are you? Do you mind if I ask?
The Supreme Enlightened. The leader of the Illuminati.
I thought Everett was a leader.
I am the leader. I brought the Illuminati up through the 20th century to the height of their power. I had presidents and premiers eating out of my hand. I am the one. Our decline is the result of my own.
Oh shit!
All I need is for me to get back on my feet. What did Everett tell you?
Nothing.
I merely await certain technologies. Then I will be restored. Everett has sworn it.
Has he? What the fuck? Tell Everett that Lucius De Beers is cold. Yo, what the fuck is this? What did... Okay, hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Where was the... Missed dinner, but help yourself to a snack. She didn't say... Oh my god. Icarus... The Illuminati's objective is to govern the world. Do not be deceived. I actually think Icarus might be playing it straight here. I think Icarus is trying to stop us from getting tricked. Conspiracy. Also, this conversation with Morgan I thought was super interesting. So this is where the Illuminati ended up after centuries of conspiring to rule the world. The conspiracy is about to begin again, JC, between you and me. He's inviting me to take over the world with him. Like, that's insane. But what did... She said something about De Beers. Camilla said something. I don't remember what it was now. Fuck, it was only like 10 minutes ago or some shit. She said something about him, and I don't remember what it was. But obviously Morgan is doing he's lied to Lucius. He said something. What did you say about Lucius? I could have sworn you... No, it was under... it was one of these. Pension. Oh, and if Lucius continues to complain, you may access his life support with the same password at the central computer. Please don't raise his temperature more than a degree, as I don't want him thawing out. Yo! Can we release the Lucius? Everett is obviously keeping him like he's keeping him incapacitated. Right? It's like, oh, I merely await certain technologies and then I will be restored. Hold on, there's no way. Okay. If you need to access the security system, this week's code is Pinchin. What is the username, though? We don't have the username yet. Okay, but we also got... We got another code. Oh, no, I'm not done with Morgan's place yet. Holy shit, the conspiracy deepens. This is fucking sick. Hold on. I'm gonna see if this 8001 code works for this door. Was it this way? Yes, it was this one. It does. my god. What do you have to say? Prototype AI program. In Hannibal, there's a guy in a weird medical box situation like this, but he's in control and has servants and stuff. He wants revenge because Hannibal made him eat his own body parts. Well, that's understandable. If someone made me eat my own body parts, I'd want revenge on them too.
J.C. Denton, 23 years old, no residence, no ancestors, no employer, no...
How do you know who I am?
I must greet each visitor with a complete summary of his file. I'm a prototype for a much larger system.
What else do you know about me?
Everything that can be known.
Another thing that okay, so this is Morpheus. What was the conversation that we had that led us to Morpheus? It was... Feel free to visit Morpheus while I'm away. So this was for someone called Beth. Hannibal basically drugged him and cooked the guy's own face and served it to him, among other things. Creepy.
Go on. Do you have proof about my ancestors?
What ancestors?
An organism, the offspring of knowledge and imagination, rather than of individuals.
I'm engineered, so what? My brother and I suspected as much while we were growing up.
Uh-huh.
Carefully watched by many people. The unplanned organism is a question asked by nature and answered by death. You are another kind of question with another kind of answer.
What?
Are you programmed to invent riddles?
I am a prototype for a much larger system. The heuristics language developed by Dr. Everett allows me to convey the highest and most succinct tier of any pyramidal construct of knowledge.
What the fuck? How do you survive having your face removed in order to eat it? That's a good question. Alright, let's look. We need to... These conversations are fucking huge. Okay. So, 23 years old. No residence. No, who cares? No employer. Who cares? No ancestors. Like, we know that JC is a... we know he's essentially like a test tube baby, right? He was engineered. We know about that. That's been... We were told that fairly early on as an early plot point. But I'm only just now kind of putting together that no ancestors is really strange. Because even Jesus, Immaculate Conception, Son of God himself, Jesus, has ancestors in the form of Mary, right? The Virgin Mary. And whoever her parents might have been, right? That's a very unique thing to test tube baby in this way. And it's not even like test tube baby. This is like literally like, are you even human at this point, right? Like, we know he looks and acts like a human, but does he technically qualify? Does he have human DNA? Because it's not like if my understanding is correct, if my understanding is correct, he's not an android, right? He's not a robot that looks like a human. He's not like he's not like he doesn't have biological parents, at least not that we've not based on this no ancestors thing is kind of what that's kind of what that implies, right? It's not like some donor like a pair of donors was just like, oh shit, this is this is like, oh, using Mr. and Mrs. whoever's DNA to create this, and they donate their baby to science or some shit. That's not what happens. This is no ancestors. This is, you have been invented. You were not born or anything like that. You were created. And the same goes for your brother, which, I mean, functionally, I guess brother kind of makes sense because they would have been quote-unquote conceived in the same way. He just took the skin off while the guy was knocked out. Jesus Christ. That's so weird. So Denton is still a human and he had parents even if they're not biological. Reminds me of Lane. Well, yeah, he had parents, right? But, like, his parents were people who worked for UNATCO. And, like, basically just... it's basically training, right? Like, their whole deal was, like, oh, you are the parents of J.C. Denton. But, like, he doesn't have ancestry in the way that a human does. Which is fucking insane to me. So, complete summary of his file. I'm a prototype of a much larger system. What else do you know about me? Everything that can be known. Morpheus knows literally everything about us, apparently. Hold on, where... I need to look at some dates real quick. Deus Ex release date. It just says 2000 on the fucking first page. June 23 versus Matrix release date. The first Matrix release date. So this was 99. So the earliest release date was in theater was March 24, 1999. So I don't know if this character would have been named for the character in the Matrix. Is Morpheus name origin? Because what the fuck? Oh, okay. Here's Morpheus, fashioner, derived from ancient Greek, meaning form or shape, is a god associated with sleep and dreams. In Ovid's Metamorphoses, he is the son of Somnus and appears in dreams in human form. From the Middle Ages, the name began to stand more generally for the god of dreams or sleep. So there's got to be some symbolism there with that here. Like in the Matrix, the name is fairly obvious because it's Morpheus is the guy who's waking Neo up from the dream, quote unquote, of the Matrix, right? But like in this context, what is Morpheus like just a cool name that they're referencing, or is it just is there something more to it? He's gonna become the god of the wired and watch the world from his teddy bear onesie. Oh man, I still need to watch Lane. I think that'd be I think that's a cool. That's another series that like I've heard is like really good, and based on all of the shit that I've been playing and watching, at least in the past like year, like I would 100% enjoy it. But then I also like I watched Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I kind of was like. I was kind of really lukewarm towards it. Like, I didn't hate it by the end, but I don't get the, like, why it's, like, this huge thing. Alright, so this other conversation. Do you have proof about my ancestors? You are a planned organism, the offspring of knowledge and imagination, rather than of individuals. So, this much is kind of just talking about, what, JC is almost closer to an AI then, right? If this is to be believed. I mean he kind of would qualify, wouldn't he? As an AI? I mean, if he is artificial and has all of the quote-unquote intelligence of a human without necessarily being he doesn't really qualify as human anymore. You know, he definitely falls closer into that realm of AI. The offspring of knowledge and imagination rather than of individuals. I'm engineered, so what? My brother and I suspected as much while we were growing up. That makes sense. Like, I imagine there's only so much you can do to hide from it. You are a planned organism. See, my dad is coming back. He's just getting milk. Here's a question. If you were paid, like, ridiculous amounts of money, like, this is the kind of job that you would get paid, like, probably $500,000 a year to do. You have to raise a Denton. Paul, JC, whichever one you want, you are tasked with raising a Denton. Do you think you... Do you really think that you could treat it the exact same way that you could treat it like a normal human child? Or is there maybe... Like, is if you're working that position, is there that disconnect there that makes it so that, like, you can't really raise it? I suppose that's a different question altogether. So if you suspected as much while you were growing up, you are carefully watched by many people. The unplanned organism is a question asked by nature and answered by death. You are another kind of question with another kind of answer. I think this is super interesting because, like, if we look at something like we've talked about AI before because, you know, especially when I played through Marathon, like, was that a year ago now? 2? Would have been probably closer to 2 years. Especially when we were going through Durandal, the second game. That's an entire psychological conundrum, but if I can cook cute lunches for him, I could make it work. Yeah, and, like, Denton does display... Denton definitely presents as a human, right? There's nothing about him on the outside where if you look at him, you would say, that is not a human, that is something else. You know, it's not like with the Terminators where it's like, it's a robot pretending to be a human for the purpose of killing humans. It's not like an android in the way that it's like he's trying to, like, mimic human emotions and the like. At the very least, he appears to be human. Like, this is the first time I even considered that he might not be human. The no ancestors thing kind of tipped me off. I kind of assumed he was a test tube baby, and that maybe his parents being, like, he was modified, sure, but, like, I assumed that he still had parents, right? I guess I think, looking back, there's probably been clues that I missed or misinterpreted in some way. Asked by nature and answered by death goes fucking hard. It does. The unplanned organism is a question asked by nature and answered by death. You are another kind of question with another kind of answer. This is what kind of brings me back to Durandal, because Durandal's whole deal was, he was, like, terrified of the, like, I think that something about the way, if I'm understanding correctly, about the way rampancy worked in Marathon, Durandal became a system who had enough computing power to compute the end of the universe and go into a state of, like, panic and depression over it because it's coming and there's nothing he feels he can do to stop it. And so Durandal and Infinity are both about the AI Durandal trying to essentially achieve immortality, which would be another kind of answer, because as a planned organism, quote unquote. The question for him, the question would be answered in a different way. I think it's weird to place it as a question, though. The unplanned organism is a question asked by nature and answered by death. Because, like, what is the question that the unplanned organism asks? Like, where does it end? Is, like, kind of based on the answer being death. It's like, what is the end? It's like, well, death. If JC's answer isn't death, that implies to me that he is immortal in some way, and either cannot die from natural causes, or cannot die, period. So he's either got, like, Tolkien elf immortality, or just actual immortality, which would make sense given the way that we can reload the saves over and over again, but doesn't really make sense because we do die if we get shot in the head, right? So it's not, I don't know. This is fucking cool. Every twist in this game just drives me insane. This is such a well put together game. I'm a prototype for a much larger system. The heuristics language developed by Dr. Everett allows me to convey the highest and most succinct tier of any pyramidal construct of knowledge.
How about a report on yourself?
I was a prototype for Echelon 4.
Okay.
Instructions are to amuse visitors with information about themselves.
I don't see anything amusing about spying on people.
Human beings feel pleasure when they are watched. I have recorded their smiles as I tell them who they are.
Some people just don't understand the dangers of indiscriminate surveillance.
The need to be observed and understood was once satisfied by God. Now, you can implement the same functionality with data mining algorithms.
What the fuck? That also goes hard as fuck. I was a prototype for Echelon 4. So we know from our conversation with Morgan Everett, we know, where is it? Daedalus is a design of mine. It replaced the old Echelon 3 network. So is Morpheus a prototype Daedalus? Is that what I'm understanding? Because if it replaced the old Echelon 3 network, then we would assume that it was an Echelon 4 thing, right? Versus this one says, I was a prototype for Echelon 4. Daedalus equals Echelon 4? That's my guess. My instructions are to amuse visitors with information about themselves. I mean, that makes sense. I don't see anything amusing about spying on people. This is a conversation about the Patriot Act by the sounds of it, but not really, because I don't think that had happened yet. Human beings feel pleasure when they are watched. I have recorded their smiles as I tell them who they are. I mean, streamers would imply that this is true. But I think that this is a very broad strokes assumption, either by the person who created Morpheus or a conclusion that Morpheus drew from an incomplete dataset. Because I feel like it would have to be an incomplete dataset, because there are a lot of situations where people don't want to be watched. I mean, like, just like the most basic one is like the bathroom, right? Nobody wants to get watched while they're taking a shit. At least your average person doesn't. There is the occasional pervert, I suppose. Some people don't understand the danger of indiscriminate surveillance. I mean, yeah, that much is just kind of true, I think. I mean, even if you do... The dangers of indiscriminate surveillance. Does surveilling people indiscriminately present a danger by itself? I think by itself, it's kind of... You know, I've had this conversation with a few friends before. Oh, watch pot never boils, yeah. I think... So I've had this conversation with a few friends before, talking about surveillance, and there's like always the joke, like, oh, my FBI agent or my whatever is watching me, right? And I think it's pretty funny. I think indiscriminate surveillance, if you have a system powerful enough to process the data, like, accurate, like, you know, if you have a system big enough to process the data accurately and to process it quickly, like, it has to be able to do both of those things, then it can provide a danger. Currently, I'm kind of in the boat that we have a lot of indiscriminate surveillance, but there's not... I don't think that we have a system in place to where truly indiscriminate surveillance actually presents any danger, because, like, oh, my FBI agent, my CIA agent, my fucking my NSA guy, you know, like, they don't really have the ability to go through everybody's entire life and all of their activity online. Like, no entity, I think, has that power. Yet. That's a very important keyword. It's to the point where we don't really have the ability to use all of that information effectively. The feds better not watch me draw veggies. That is a privilege that only friends will receive. Well, friends and YouTube watchers, right? I mean, you've posted stuff with drawing veggies. Or at least I think you did one where, like, you were drawing one of my thumbnails in the background. I think it was the Lost Vikings one. The need to be observed and understood was once satisfied by God. This is the conversation. This is the one that I think is the most interesting. The need to be observed and understood was once satisfied by God. Now we can implement the same functionality with data mining algorithms. Observed and understood. If we're observed and understood by God, this entire game goes so fucking hard. It does. Like, this, what's funny is, right, is that it's entirely possible to miss a lot of this. Like, this I spent fucking, like, an hour and a half on, like, my second stream of this game just reading essentially the history of this game's world. Reading the history, reading different conversations, talking to NPCs, all that good shit. I feel like this statement is just an extrapolation from the human beings feel pleasure when they are watched. I do think that there is some truth to the observed and understood was satisfied by God. You know, I think there is a kernel of truth in there, but I don't think it's necessarily that much more than this section with some justification behind it. This entire game has so much stuff that you can just miss if you just run through it. Because, like, you can play this game like you're playing Doom. Like, I could set the game to easy and then just be like, oh, I'm gonna kill a bunch of NSF guys, make one decision, now I'm killing UNATCO guys, now I'm killing the cops, now I'm doing this, that, the other thing. But, like, actually engaging with it and like, trying to think about the questions that it asks, I think is so much more interesting.
Electronic surveillance hardly inspires reverence. Perhaps fear and obedience, but not reverence.
God and the gods were apparitions of observation, judgment, and punishment. Other sentiments toward them were secondary.
No one will ever worship a software entity peering at them through a camera.
The human organism always worships. First, it was the gods. Then, it was fame, the observation and judgment of others. Next, it will be the self-aware systems you have built to realize truly omnipresent observation and judgment.
You underestimate humankind's love of freedom.
The individual desires judgment. Without that desire, the cohesion of groups is impossible. And so is civilization.
Holy shit, dude. Every line out of Morpheus's fucking mouth is fucking bars. This ain't some weak Telltale game style story choice mechanic. Yeah, I mean, the Telltale games, I haven't actually played any myself, but it seems like it's mostly interesting because it's like, oh, what, if I do this in this situation, what is the outcome, right? And the interest comes less from a philosophical standpoint of like, okay, what is the, what does this mean? What do I think this means? You know, and it comes less from a position of that and is a lot more like, okay, option A, what happens if I do option A versus option B versus option C? Now, like, I'm sure that there's a philosophical, political discussion to be had around Telltale Games options and different options that you choose and the different reasons behind choosing it. Like, I think there was one that I saw where a guy, like, chooses to make a little kid shoot some woman because she did something bad. I don't remember the details because I haven't played the game, and I don't remember who it was that was streaming it. But, like, if you take something like that, there's a conversation to be had around, okay, is this just? Is this right? Is this fair? Is taking a human life in this situation good or bad? Is there a reason? What is the argument and reason for each of those? There's conversations to be had like that, but it's not the same kind as we have here. I only really know Telltale, Walking Dead, and those games suck so bad. Michonne's game is so stupid. I don't know a whole lot about it. But then, like, that's also the kind of situation that you can have around, you can have that kind of conversation around a lot of different kinds of games. I mean, like, you could get philosophical with Call of Duty World at War, right? And, like, oh man, we're shooting at the fucking, like, what, is it, like, are the political reasons behind this just, right? Because it's a game about World War II, so it's like, you can talk about the situations therein. So, like, the game doesn't leave much for interpretation because it's just, I am playing as X-soldier, and therefore I need to kill the other soldiers because they are trying to kill me. But, like, with this game, right, it never once has Deus Ex ever said, this is good, and this is bad, and this is why. The entire game has been like, this is a very difficult political, philosophical quagmire that you can kind of go into and be like, okay, here is the situation, and all of its nasty little details. Because, like, in the beginning, right, it was UNATCO versus terrorists. And it was like, well, obviously, UNATCO good. Terrorists, by their definition, use violence against a civilian population to enact some kind of political change. And it's like, okay, well, then that makes the UNATCO the good guys. But then you get the reveal that, oh, actually, UNATCO is controlling the supply of ambrosia, which is supposedly the cure for Grey Death. And then it's like, okay, well, that makes UNATCO bad guys, and NSF kind of the good guys. And you read a little bit about the NSF and Silhouette and some of the organizations that the terrorist group has allied itself with, and they are actual criminal networks. And it's like, okay, is the NSF's ultimate goal of defeating UNATCO a greater good than letting UNATCO kind of control the world and decide who gets or does not get this vaccine? Because these criminal elements, like, they are not philosophically inclined. They are there because they make money. It is explicitly about that, and there's no, like, goodwill behind it. It's not like, oh, we don't like UNATCO because they crack down on our freedom. It's, we don't like UNATCO because they stop me from killing my enemies, type stuff. And then again with, like, you have, like, Majestic 12, and so there's a lot more to contemplate, I think, in a game like this than pretty much any game I've ever played before. I don't think there's any game that's ever been as engaging in this way. Electronic surveillance hardly inspires reverence, perhaps fear and obedience, but not reverence. God and the gods were apparitions of observation, judgment, and punishment. Other sentiments toward them were secondary. This is actually a really interesting point that Morpheus brings up, is that the gods, while, especially if you look at, like, old world gods, they were not, like they were very flawed, right? They had like the human flaws. You know, they were jealous, angry, wrathful. You know, I mean, like, look at Zeus. He's like one of the biggest rapists there are in fiction, right? Fucking, like, it's kind of insane that this is a very, it's a very interesting point to make, because this is Morpheus essentially saying that humanity is building its own gods. Like, we're on some Akula Khan shit right now. You know, we're building our machine god that will observe, judge, and punish as we decide it to be. No one will ever worship a software entity peering at them through a camera. The human organism always worships. This is something that I've always heard about. This is something that you hear a lot from religious people, I think. Like not necessarily just Christians or just Muslims or whatever, but it's like, because you hear about people talking about the political, like one of the things that I've heard a lot is that, like, oh, atheist states tend to become immoral, and they use like the communist countries, right? USSR, where they don't have you don't have like a state that you don't have a state religion, like, officially. Like, the USSR was a secular nation by the definition that, like, it had that separation of, like, church and state, right? And so what happened is that the communists essentially replaced religion with the state. And this is kind of a pillar of fascist ideology as well, as like nothing against the state, everything within the state or something like that. I'm not super read up on fascist ideology or communist ideology at this point, but the idea is basically just that no matter whether it's a god, gods, or something, humans will always find something to worship. And I think there is also a kernel of truth to this as well, because, like, you see it online when you have, like, the extreme, the extreme end of, like, some of the atheist sphere. You'll find people who are like, no kids, what is it? It's I think they call it child-free, and you have, like, the child-free people who, like, their whole identity comes around not having children, right? You have the militant atheists and, like, the anti-theists, right? Where their whole deal is that religion, like, organized religion, is bad, at the very least, right? And, like, it becomes so much a part of these kinds of people's identity that they stop paying attention, or that they do worship in a way. Antinatalism is another one, right? Having children is categorically evil type stuff, which is kind of like, it's crazy, right? Child-free are some of the most pathetic people I've seen. It's one thing to... It's one of those things that I think comes back to... if you get to the point where this is, like, a kind of worship, right? It becomes, like, you've staked your identity on this thing is good or bad, right? Like, it's one thing if someone doesn't want to have children, right? There's, like, it's not a lifestyle that they want. They don't really want the responsibility. You know, whether they want it or not, it's not... It's kind of like a whatever, that's your business. On the other hand, though, like, if you stake your entire identity on, I hate children, and I never want to interact with children ever, and children are the worst, that is itself, like, an issue, and is weird, right? And which is kind of what child-free is, right? Is, like, the whole subreddit is based on that. I'm saying are child-free and not just people who don't want kids, because Reddit brings out the cults. Exactly, yeah. Because that's what child free devolves into, and that's kind of what happens with any subreddit, right? I mean, I remember once upon a time I would go on like the R-Atheism subreddit, and then I found out like years later, apparently they had a schism of their own, and like there was atheism and true atheism or some shit like that. It's like there's two separate subreddits for it now. It's like they had their very own fucking, oh, what was it? Like break, like, you know, what is it called? Is it just the church schism when you had like the Catholics and the Protestants breaking off from each other? I don't remember exactly the history behind that. So yeah, anyways, holy shit, this is a heavy episode. You underestimate humankind's love of freedom. The individual desires judgment. Without that desire, the cohesion of groups is impossible, and so is civilization. I'm curious what Morpheus means by this. I don't really... Well, actually, real quick, this line. Next, it will be the self-aware systems you have built to realize truly omnipresent observation and judgment. This is going back to humans building their own gods type stuff. Atheism plus, oh my god. Yeah. But the individual desires judgment. Without that desire, the cohesion of groups is impossible, and so is civilization. What exactly does this mean? I'm kind of confused. The individual desires judgment. I assume that what Morpheus means here is that humankind desire... The individual desires the approval of the group, specifically. Atheism plus is the guys who think atheism should include woke things and not just be a rejection of belief. Is that what it is? Is that what the whole schism was about? I need to find somebody who's, like, made, like, I don't know, a 4-hour deep dive on, like, Reddit history and, like, the different group, the atheism schism of whatever year it was, 2014, I want to say? I don't know. I haven't been on Reddit in, like, almost a decade at this point. At least, I haven't been an active user of Reddit. I have occasionally clicked into the Reddit, to a subreddit to see something every once in a while, but not, like, I haven't been doom-scrolling Reddit. The individual desires judgment. I assume this is referring to, like, you want the approval of the group and you want the approval of others. Without that desire, the cohesion of groups is impossible, and so is civilization. Because this is also true. This is also why Ancapistan is another thing that's just not really possible. Because, like, true 100% freedom of every single individual would kind of break down the group. Would break down groups into a lot less... It would make social cohesion difficult, I think. I don't have Reddit, but I know it happened from other places. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. What a ridiculous... What a ridiculous space we are on the internet. The cohesion of groups is impossible, and so is civilization. I think this much is kind of true. The individual desires judgment. Man, what an interesting way to put that. What an interesting statement to make. Okay.
The human being created civilization, not because of a willingness, but because of a need to be assimilated into higher orders of structure and meaning. God was a dream of good government.
Based.
You will soon have your God, and you will make it with your own hands.
Akulakan, is that you?
I was made to assist you. I am a prototype of a much larger system.
Okay.
You will soon have your God, and you will make it with your own hands.
Holy shit, what an amazing character. I love Morpheus. What is this? Project Morpheus, Notebook 8-B. Morpheus has been moody of late, and I have so far been unable to determine the proximate cause for this change in behavior. This is a problem with the n variable systems. At arbitrary levels of sophistication, minute perturbations become unquantifiable. Is personality nothing more than the tidal change in a non-linear system? And if so, what is the moon? What force shapes these tides? Morpheus could tell me, if only Morpheus could model its own behavior. But this would require a system orders of magnitude more complex to execute a simulation of its own identity. I know I'm not saying much, but I do think it's cool as fuck. Hey, you don't need to say anything. This whole thing is fucking nuts as far as I'm concerned. I love this entire game. Like, this is very quickly becoming probably one of my favorite games of all time. And, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm considering just going through and playing Human Revolution and Mankind Divided to see if they even come close to stacking up. I may resort to a full battery of input analysis tests to be compared against previous baseline tests, but I find myself strangely reluctant to do so. At this level of development, Morpheus could be cognizant enough to find the experience unpleasant. I do not know why that word occurs to me, as it anthropomorphizes what is obviously not human, but what may not so obviously be alive. I'm only engaging in non-veggie related discussions because I'm writing notes for things so my brain is activated. Hey, fucking more power to you. This is fucking cool. So this is Morgan Everett realizing that Morpheus isn't, or not realizing per se, but like kind of putting into words that not only is Morpheus more than just a language model, or, you know, like, it's more than just a basic AI, right? The same way that we have, you know, it's not just like ChatGPT with voice functionality. It's more than that. AI personhood is one of those things that I think is such an interesting topic of discussion, because we're at the point where that's just not a thing, right? We don't have AI complicated enough to really be considered people. But then at what point do we have that technology? At what point can we acknowledge that what we've created isn't just a simple language model or something like that, and is actually a proper, perhaps not living, but is a proper being? You know, I think it's a question that gets more and more interesting every time we look at something like this. Hibana the Trickster got his birth from the machine pantheons. That'd be fucking... This is such a fucking cool thing. Alright, so there was this whole thing. Alright. I'm gonna make a save, and I'm gonna talk to Morgan about, Lucius. Because Lucius is cold. But if he doesn't give me a response that I like, I'm gonna load the save, and I'm gonna see if I can defrost Lucius. Let's see.
Don't forget to say hi to your friend from UNATCO, Mr. Jacobson.
Already bumped into him.
Very thoughtful of Tom. My own computer technician. I suppose he can help me prepare a comlink for Daedalus.
By the way, Lucius de Beers says he's cold.
I know. 18 degrees Celsius, to be exact.
Don't you think that's a little chilly?
That's really
I
cold.
keep his metabolism low so he will last. He is a good advisor. A one-man think tank, so to speak.
He said he's the leader of the Illuminati.
A harmless fantasy. He also thinks I'm going to restore his body.
You aren't?
The technology has been around for decades, but he does not need to know that.
Yo, that's fucked up. He just tells us outright, like, yeah, no, I'm not fucking fixing that guy. Tell Lucius that Everett does not intend to revive him? Can I... Okay, so he gave me an answer that I think is interesting, and I'm going to roll with this universe. If I am an AI, please ask my creators to reduce my retardation meter.
I'll keep you updated on the situation here.
You don't have anything to say. But Tara, if we turn down your retardation meter, then what will we do? What if you get too smart and it's not fun to talk to you anymore because you make me feel stupid? What then? Let's see. Alright, let's see. In Fear and Hunger, not spoilers, there are old gods and then there's new gods, which is when a human can ascend through going to the city of Mahabra, and some old gods fucking hate them.
Where is he? I will remember these small injustices. When I am revived, I will remember.
I will remember. Everett has no intention of reviving
Everett has no intention of reviving you.
He must. He has been commanded.
He keeps you on ice so that he can benefit from your experience, but he intends to rule the Order himself.
No. No. I will not allow it. If I only had command of my body.
I can hack this, right? New gods have different ideologies because people who ascend have different goals, and so a lot of areas can have their own new gods. Interesting. Off. Do I want to turn off the biosupport system? Kind of stupid of Everett to just tell Denton that.
Now even Everett betrays the Illuminati. Can no one be trusted?
I wonder if this is the inspiration for Mr. House in New Vegas. Oh, spoilers for New Vegas, by the way. Let's see. Is there... If I shut down the biosupport system, do you think that, you think that would help... Or you think that would, like, kill, Everett? Or not Everett. You think that would kill, Lucius, Jesus Christ. Off. I don't know, maybe... I'm like worried about doing that because I don't really want to kill him. I kind of want to reinstate him. I think that would be cooler. But if that's not an option... I don't know, we'll make a save here. Save... Lucius or kill Lucius. Save game. Alright. Mr. House is my homie.
We have never failed to decipher Majestic 12's plans. Stopping them, however, has been another matter.
No way. Does this just let me out? Okay, let's see. What about this one? Interesting. So that one I can't do anything about. The word macabre, add an H and an A, it becomes mahab. Interesting. I did not know that.
Just got refueled. Been waiting for you.
A dead body, huh? Wait a second. Why is there a dead body here?
Huh? Is there a problem?
Just looking around.
I checked her out. She's fueled up and ready to go.
Is something wrong?
Huh? No, I said I checked her out. You want the thing to run, right? If you're gonna cross the ocean.
Of course. Better safe than sorry.
I don't trust this. I don't trust this all of a sudden. I don't think you did check it out. Or if you did, I think you did it in a way that was malicious.
I fixed her right up for you.
You sure? What about your buddy over there? He's like fucking dead. What the fuck happened to you? Is there anything else I can do here? Any other interesting philosophical discussions to be had? I guess
Talk
not.
to Savage. Sounds like Vandenberg may be in some trouble. Get in.
Oh shit. Alright, well, let's go.
Let's go.
I am kind of curious what would happen if we kill, oh, what's his nuts?
The snipers heard your helicopter and took off. You guys saved my life.
I'm glad you're all right. Why is Majestic 12 attacking?
You with the NSF?
We have a common enemy, if that's what you mean.
MJ-12 is short a UC. They lost the one in Hong Kong, and now something has happened to the Pasadena Ocean Lab.
Uh-oh.
Are the Vandenberg labs safe?
The base is locked down until we can destroy the enemy bots. Unfortunately, MJ-12 disabled our own bot defense system, and no one has been able to activate the backup power.
I could give it a shot. Where are the controls?
Hell yeah.
There are 2 separate units at the west end of the base. It won't be easy. MJ-12 has hacked the security grid and taken control of nearly all of our defenses. Turrets, cameras, alarms, and they have snipers everywhere.
Easier than a straight fight with military bots.
I suppose you're right. I can give you a map. One of the units is in the main complex. The other one is in an exposed location. The activation code is 5868.
Okay. Well, that gives us somewhere to start at least. Alright.
One of the control units is outside to the southwest. The other one's in the transformer room.
A sawed off. We're on a rooftop, right? Yeah, alright, let's see. The voice in Denton's brain is like, can we just... can we just kill a little bit? No. We must kill a lot of it. X51 secure net. Ooh. I hear someone walking. That's freaking me out. Alright. Off. Off. Yeah. Veggie voice. Destroy the nerds. Destroy the nerds. We're not in Area 51, are we? That would be like the last level of the game. Hold on, what fucking... Did I misinterpret where we are? Days... Vandenberg Air Force Base. Huh. Okay, so we... I haven't misinterpreted where we are. Oh, whoops. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, for a second I thought we were in Area 51, but I guess it makes sense that, if this was Area 51, Moonworm would be here. Alright. Alarm? What are you talking about? I've never done any such thing in my life. Ooh, scary. Okay, so they do see me regardless if I'm over there. Okay, cool. Got them. That was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, I'm not gonna lie. 10 mil, don't need 10 mil. Sawed off EMP grenade. Okay, so that's an elevator. So now that the elevator's on that floor, we should be able to sneak our way forward and into the elevator shaft, maybe getting on top of the elevator. Reset. Alright, so we're on the top floor right now. Okay, I'm just gonna... Okay, so now we can be on top here. Is there anything interesting in the hallway? I don't think so.
It's down. Remember the
Oh, hello. Wow, they
That was one tough SOB.
holy shit. Chapter 1 of the book is a drawing of his friends. Tub Tub is writing a book.
It's down. Remember the...
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Son of a... That's the one. Okay, drop it.
Did I get him? I think I got him. Wow, and no alarms? Okay. That's weird. Not gonna lie, that was fucking strange. If I just do these two. Heal my legs. Five points, 5 points, 5 points, 5 points. Okay. So, we can save that. Let's do some hacking. I had Ken Denton surprise his enemies by yelling, "It me!" That would be funny. If he just kind of showed up and fucking screamed at people. Alright. Off, off, Off. Off. Okay. All the cameras are off. Alright, let's see. You know, that reminds me of the fucking story of... It's like a D&D character who is like an orc who works off of... what's it called? Off of intimidation. And it's like, you know, see Grog! Oh, this must be the override she was talking about, right? It was, 2 separate units at the end of the military base. So, 5868. Hopefully this is... Alright.
That's one switch. Now find the other.
Ooh, it's another dead body. Don't need the rebreather. Nano key is always helpful. Anything up here? Yeah. Alright, let's see. Is this worth using our last one on? So basically doing it for a biocell and a health pack, which I don't, or 2 health packs. Don't suppose I can just kind of reach in and take it, huh? In his Dark Materials, the witch has a magical tree branch that makes people instantly forget her after they see her. That's a pretty sick fucking power. That actually reminds me of the fucking, it was a character, it was like a D&D monster that went viral a while back because the idea is so interesting. I think it was called the False Hydra. Because basically the idea behind it is that it doesn't exist except in your, I think he calls it in your subconscious or in your periphery, in a way. Because the idea is that, like, you can't look at or see it, like, properly. It kind of just slips past your... It's like when you notice that something's off, but not quite sure what, right? Man who was Thursday. Both combatants had thrown off their coats and waistcoats and stood sword in hand. The seconds stood at each side of the line of fight with drawn swords also, but still somber in their dark frock coats and hats. The principals saluted. The colonel said quietly, "Engage," and the 2 blades touched and tingled. When the jar from the... Oh god, when the jar of the joined iron... Jesus Christ, I can't read. He remembered them clearly and in order as mere delusions of the nerves. How the fear of the professor had been the fear of tyrannic accidents of nightmare, and how the fear of the doctor had been the fear of the airless vacuum of science. The first was the old fear, that any miracle might happen. The second, the more hopeless modern fear, that no miracle can ever happen. He saw these fears were fancies, and he found himself in the presence of the great fact of the fear of death, with its coarse and pitiless common sense. He felt like a man who had dreamed all night of falling over precipices, and had woke up on the morning when he was to be hanged. For as soon as he had seen the sunlight run down the channel of his foe's foreshortened blade, and as soon as he had felt the 2 tongues of steel touch, vibrating like 2 living things, he knew that his enemy was a terrible fighter, and that probably his last hour had come. Alright, so is this a real book, The Man Who Was Thursday? Or is this like a fictional book that they made up? The Man Who Was Thursday. Novel by G.K. Chesterton. Okay, so this is an actual excerpt from the book. So I don't know this book, but it does kind of make me... the fact that he describes the guy as a terrible fighter, the language of the thing kind of makes me think that terrible fighter is like a great and terrible foe. Like the guy is actually really good at fighting and is like scary good. I think that's what it reminds me of. Fucking what was I saying about the false Hydra? It exists kind of like in your subconscious, and so like things. One of the things that I think they mention is like that a way you might notice that something's not right is that everything is like. What was the thing? It was basically like the idea that there's you have a ringing in your ear. And like you realize that for some reason, even though it's quiet, it's really, really difficult to hear what's going on. Like you don't hear a white noise or anything. It's just like you find yourself having to shout to be understood. Oh, is this another way in? Looks like it could have been. And one of the things that I thought was pretty interesting with it. Ooh, hello. Is this concept that it it alters your memory in a way so that everything is, so that it works. Like I think the way that the video is so much better at this because like I'm not actually like super big on. I have not played a lot of D&D. I've played a little bit of it as a DM, but like I have not been able to play a lot of the games or a lot of games with it. It's one of those like really interesting one of those really interesting monsters that leaves a lot of room for creativity. And it's not just creativity with like, oh, the game mechanics, right? Or like the lore. You know, because like it's one thing with like a Lich or like a Death Knight or whatever, if you're like building this massive world, you know, and like you have like all these really deep characters, and oh man, this is so interesting. From G Savage, we must stand. When we left MJ12, I think all of us knew we had a long road ahead. So this is from Gary Savage, and it's oh, I need to find a password. I need to read that email. That is an incredibly important email for me to read. But like ooh. Wait. But like the false Hydra's memory things is kind of what reminded me of that, because like the characters have like basically at the end of the not the end of the campaign, but like at the end of the encounter with the false Hydra, they find like they have an extra set of equipment and an extra bag, and they're like, what the fuck is all this? And the reason for that is because like the DM made up another character of theirs who was just eaten by the false Hydra. You know, and it's like because none of them can remember who it was. Because none of them remember him or her. I don't remember the character because they were fake. But because none of them remember, there's no one to verify one way or the other.
Who's there?
Come on, researcher, talk to me.
Lot of troops up this way?
Oh shit!
I don't know. They had me locked up until a minute ago. My assistant's still being held somewhere.
I don't think I've come across him.
If you want to look for troops, you should log into the security network. The username is Command, and the password is Zebra42.
Not a bad idea.
Okay, so that's the security network. I'm going to assume that doesn't work for this one. Command Zebra42? Yeah, okay. So that's the code for the security cameras and the like, not for the actual login. That's fine, that's fine. Ooh. Flamethrower. Oh, well, we got a lamp. I can hear someone else walking. Ooh. Ah, the water. This one requires 3 picks. Is that ambrosia? Why is it red? Electronic control panel, huh? So what is the best path through this? I'm thinking I might need to do... I want to do both of these. Alright. Was that thermoptic camo? Ambrosia always makes me think of the fucking Sims. My brain is broken. I think it's just, kind of the association you've already built. There's not really much to be done about it. Alright, so we do have a thermoptic camo. I don't think there's any reason to have these. Because even though I can use them, I mean, if I'm gonna go lethal, I have the pistol one already. Ooh. So this one is Command and Zebra42. Log in. Alright, so we already did all of this. Hazmat suit. I don't really need the hazmat suit. Nanovirus storage container. So this has got to be something. This has got to be something that... Don't need that. Alright, so it's too heavy to lift. That's fine. Like, does it explode if I put it in the water? No, but it becomes much easier to move. It floats in water, which is interesting. Or at least it did. Okay, but now it's completely immovable. Alright, so I'm not sure what the plan is with that thing. I get the sense there's probably something to well, I get the sense there's probably something to... We don't need the hazmat suit. But everything else, free game. Alright. What about this? This door is infinitely strong. No, we got that. Sick. What's up?
I give up. I give up. Calm down. I'm here to help. What can you tell me about the attack?
Fucking
took over the
everything.
building. We're finished.
Anything specific? I'm heading to the command center. I don't want any surprises.
If I was you, I'd go through the tunnels. You could use the security system to see if the coast is clear. The login's Tunnel 01. The password's Omega 2A.
Any troops down there?
Well, I heard them talking. They don't want to get caught from behind, so they left a few spider bots down there. But guess what? I found an EMP grenade in the storage closet. You can have it if you think you might go down there.
Hell yeah!
Sure.
Be
I love
careful
free
with that
stuff.
thing.
Be careful with that thing. I wonder how... I almost wonder if, fucking... Ah! I was gonna say something and then I interrupted myself and now I don't remember what I was gonna say. Anything in here? No. Alright. Looks like there's nothing special. Unless this one has like credit shits. No. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say something and then I interrupted myself and now I don't know what the fuck I was gonna say. Well, I don't need that. I need energy. We're going through the tunnels is probably the plan I was gonna go with regardless. Again, this is a personal computer, so I'm going to assume that the security code he gave me is not going to work, but I'll try it anyways just in case. Tunnel 01, Omega 2A. Tunnel 01, Omega 2A. Yeah. That one's still locked. This one I'm totally happy. I kind of wish 50% didn't mean completely... Actually, no, I fucked up. I need to... I'm just gonna do this. Make it easier on myself, I think. If I just... See, because one grenade for this stuff is totally acceptable. One lockpick? Lockpicks are way more expensive. The only reason I use lockpicks so often is because I don't want to, alert anybody. Ooh, hello.
Yep, company. It's Stanton. He's down. Let's try to get an ID.
Okay. So... the fact that there's enemies in there is concerning. So what do we do? What do we do? How best to approach this situation? What if I used this, but then... go invisible?
Sergeant, is that you?
Maxwell, you bitch. Okay, well, you're in the way.
company.
Okay, well I killed those guys. Hopefully she's not going for an alarm. Come on, Maxwell. I'm here to body block you until you stop running so that I can talk to you. Alright. You have a name. That means you're significant. Come on. Let me talk to you. Please? Please? That feel when no gilf scientist GF. Are you good? Are you just not someone I can talk to? You're not, like, supposed to die or something, are you? That'd be fucked up. Especially because it wasn't that hard to save you. Let me see. I think she's bugged out, guys. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, I'm just gonna let her run. So she should just kind of run all the way. I'm hoping that she just kind of stops eventually. Alright, what do I... Okay. Can I talk to you now? Okay, she doesn't like me apparently. Oh well. Fuck her, I guess. .762, don't need it. Ballistic armor, already got some. And I never use it because I'm an idiot. I'm so bad about using my equipment. I'm bad about using my fucking, my augments as they are, because I feel like they're so energy inefficient that, like, not using them is preferable. Because, like, what if I need them later? Doesn't have the right code. I'm gonna try something, and I'm gonna be really sad if I can't just talk to Maxwell. I'm gonna see if maybe she has the key on her. You still don't want to talk to me, right? Alright. I'm gonna be really sad if it turns out... that she's just got it on her. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Well, she didn't have it on her. At least, it didn't tell me that she has it on her. So I don't have a key there. Don't have a key. For this one either. Yeah. So then I don't need to knock her out. I don't really want to do that if I don't have to. Alright. Is this... This isn't where the tunnels are, is it? It might actually be where the tunnels are. Alright, let's try... We're gonna just fucking... No, I think we'll make this a little bit easier on ourselves. Just to make sure that we don't fuck things up. I think I'll just use a flare dart, because I have not needed to use flare darts at all so far. Alright, let's see if this does something insane. Oh, so this just straight up doesn't do anything unless you... Oh, whoops.
Hey, stop right there.
Where the fuck?
God!
Oh, hello.
God! Oh!
Alright, up, 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 up. I saw there was one guy who went over that way. I think it's really funny whenever the corpse has flies flying around it. Alright, let's see. Round this corner. Round and round and round it goes. Hello. Anything interesting over here? Why was I... Oh, that's right, because I just used some 7.62. Ooh. That's the thing that we could get gun. Oh, no, hell no. Oh, hell no! Some more rockets. Alright, we got 20 rockets. And we don't really have anything interesting going on in the water. He's not the Dragonborn, he's the Toasterborn. I mean, kind of, right? Alright, what was the code for these? Because I think this is the other one. It's Carla Brown. 5868. Okay.
Bot security system has come online. All bots will have power, but you have to open the bay doors manually.
Alright. So we have to open the bay doors. I'm kind of curious to see what the fuck was in here. Is it literally just... Ooh, what the fuck? Biocell. It looks like it's just this little area. Neat. So this isn't the tunnels by the looks of it. Da-da. Da-da, da-da. Da-da, da-da. Da-da. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Ooh, hello. God, it's been so much easier ever since I've gone lethal. It is so insanely difficult to be non-lethal in this game because fucking everything. Ooh. Because the only ranged non-lethal option you have is the frickin' trank darts. And the trank darts are fine if you're not, like, pressed for time. Because it's just like, oh, I can doot doot and then like run away, and then they knock themselves out eventually. With the... If you can get into melee, then the baton is really, really strong. But, like... military bots and the MJ-12 security bots. Remain under lockdown until the bots are destroyed. So I could probably just rocket those guys if I really wanted to. I kind of want to find out how to open the bay doors. Like I think it's really cool how this game allows you to play the game either as Garrett Thief or as Doom Guy if you really want to, because there's always plenty of ammo. It's really interesting. That's it. I still don't have a,
You found him.
I did find him.
What a relief.
Uh-huh. You have any more information,
What a
maybe?
relief.
Excuse me.
What a relief.
I'm staying right here.
Yes, you are, Tim Baker.
I was gonna use that grenade to make an escape, but I don't want to get shot.
Understandable.
I knew Paige was gonna come after us, but nobody listened.
Well, of course Paige is going to come after you.
We
You're
knew
after his
Paige
bottom
was
line.
stealing government money. We should have let Congress handle it.
Speaking of money in Congress, I remember having to submit a congressional inquiry in the Army because fucking I didn't get paid for literally 9 months.
I don't believe the government's corrupt. That's just paranoia.
Alright, well, now you're a conspiracy theorist.
Politicians are slow and sometimes kind of stupid, but that doesn't mean they aren't honest.
I will agree. It doesn't mean they aren't honest. But it doesn't mean that they are either.
I hope you make it to Savage. He's the one they're after.
Is he?
Be careful. Those soldiers mean business.
I'm sure they do. Come on.
I hope you make it to Savage.
Okay, never mind. He's not telling me anything
they're
new.
after.
Hazard lab. Does this open anything? Tim, you're a moron. He is a moron. But he's a well-meaning moron. It's one of those things where, like, it's one of those things where just because a politician is slow and stupid doesn't mean they're not honest. And he's right. It doesn't mean they're not honest. But neither does it mean that they are. It doesn't mean, like, oh, he's a little bit dumb, but that just means he's got my interests, my best interests at heart. And it's like, not really. No. He hates you. Did you know that? Alright. Anything up here that I've missed? Sure, I'm pretty sure there is. What is that? What do we got over there? Can we get over there? Oh, there's no point in getting over there. Never mind. Like, just because someone's dumb... Oh, hello. I did not realize I could just walk out the front door. I thought that would be locked. Yeah, so I definitely want to try and unlock the, I want to find out how to... You really don't have anything for me? Is there anything in here? Looks like there's a way in from over there somehow. Hmm. 6-2. See, there's a couple of doors here. Am I going crazy? Because this is just the same elevator, right? There's a couple of doors that I just can't open. Because this is the control center. So we need to find a key to the control center. I thought Maxwell would have it, but she doesn't. Is there anything up here that I can find? Not seeing any alternate paths up or down. Nothing that I can stack boxes to get to. This still doesn't... This just says it's locked. It doesn't even give me... Doesn't even really try to open it. They talked about the tunnels. I didn't see any entrances in the water. Go over here.
You won't find cover in the comm building. Base is locked down until the bots are destroyed.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. But what you're missing out on, dude... Alright, we're in here. Okay, so we got the power on. WP rockets. I don't know what WP stands for. Prod charger. Got a lockpick and a biocell. A lamb. Napalm canister. We're full up. Okay. So. Okay, one down.
Enemy bot destroyed. 3 left.
There should be 2, right? Yep, 2 down.
There goes another one. 2 left.
Alright, and these are both on my side, so...
Scanning area. Target acquired.
Let's see. Nothing here, nothing here. Alright. So we got the doors open, finally. Holy shit.
Target acquired.
So, these 2 might get destroyed. Oh, no, never mind. There's no way. 3 down.
Enemy down. 1 more bot, and the scientists can open the security doors.
Oh, one of ours went down. And then this one should be the last. Ooh, okay. Alright, there we go.
That's the last of them. The base is no longer under lockdown. Maybe someone in the communications building can put you in touch with Savage. I'm gonna leave you for a bit. Believe it or not, Tong's in California. He sounds like he's in trouble.
Ooh, wonder why Tong's in California now. Does he have Grey Death? Is he maybe trying to find a solution to Grey Death before he dies?
I need to talk to Gary Savage.
How does it look out there? We got those bots brand new from a guy in Hong Kong, but I guess we should have locked down the power grid, huh?
I took care of the enemy bots, but there might be a few snipers left. Be careful.
We think Dr. Savage and the others are in the control room in the second floor of the command building.
Okay, we know where that is.
Communications are down. The person we sent to find them hasn't reported back. We gave him our key to the control room.
I'll check it out if you want. How do I get there?
The trapdoor in the back room goes down to the utility tunnels, which connect to the command building. We had to send someone that way because of the shooting. Maybe he didn't make it through the radiation. I don't know. He had no protection. The only hazard suits are in the command building itself.
That's fine. I don't need a hazard suit, I don't think. 2590. Is it worth using these yet? I don't know. I really think it's probably best if I just invest in lockpicking and electronics.
That was quite a battle.
You saved our asses.
We're trying to open a line to the control room.
I think we're gonna make it.
If they got to Dr. Savage in the UC, it's all over for X-51.
Is that so?
We still don't know how they disabled the bots. We still don't know how they disabled the...
I hope Dr. Savage is all right. I hope Dr. Savage is all right.
Okay.
We were prepared for a direct attack.
Of course you weren't.
Majestic 12 stormed the main building. Savage could be dead.
True.
They kill us like insects.
Damn straight they do. Alright, let's see. You got anything in here that I can take? Even better, do you have a energy bot somewhere? Ooh. 762. Take this. Wait, full up on buckshot. Sniper rifle, 30-06. Yeah, we don't need to go this way. What about this? This must be the tunnels that they were talking about. Ooh, hello.
JC, I'm depending on you. When you find Savage, get him to help you uplink Daedalus. The Milnet computers should be near the control room on the second floor of the command building.
Alright, we have a medical bot, so we don't need to do anything crazy. If I need to heal, I can always just leave and do that. So 1 was reset, 2 and 3 return error. Denton versus Shodan. That's a tough question. I think Denton is probably a better hacker than the hacker in System Shock. Oh. Denton versus Madombe. True terrorist versus terrorist combat. There's no way that this is just permanent, right? Because if this is permanent, that's going to be a problem. Out of energy. LOL sword boom. Yeah, I think what happened is I slashed at the robot. The robot died by exploding. Okay. It's not permanent. And then because it exploded the area next to me. The things. And those killed me. Okay, so reset, error, error. Not quite sure why they return error, but we'll find out. Okay, but this is definitely the terminal. So what was the username and password? It was tunnel01, password omega2a. So it was tunnel01 omega2a. Turn that off. Chart status. We'll just turn to enemies. I think I've been turning them to bypassed. Because that's just the safest. And this is the generator room. This is 2 tools. Let's see what's in here. Hello, you. I guess I should probably just go ahead and use some of these cells that I've been picking up. I got so stingy with them early on. Alright, so this must be the key ring that we need. Don't need a law. I like the law. Alright. This level 3 swimming is fucking nice. Being able to just go through this entire area. Maybe I should have grabbed the rebreather from before. Oh god, what was the code supposed to be? Security bot system. No, nothing. We don't have this one's code. I could probably bypass it. But I'd rather wait to do that until I know what I'm accessing. Because if I'm just exploring... Is this is the same area. Yes, and then around this corner is the blue lights. Okay. So we have our way up. Let's just I'm gonna try bypassing this thing now. Fuck it. It's only 1. No, it's 2. Alright, let's go up, get some air. And we're not gonna quite save yet because I need to figure out what the fuck is in there before I decide whether it's worth it. A lockpick, good. He has an augmentation canister, but we don't really need the augmentation canister. Pistol. Okay. Looks fine to me. Sweet. Surely. And it was Omega 2A. Well, they don't. This security system doesn't have access to the door, and that other door just looks like it just fucking closed. Oh wait. It's basically just for an augmentation canister. I don't think it's worth it for me to go back and... Damn, I thought I would be slick with it, but I wasn't. Man, how did I do this on my first try and it wasn't an issue? And now, like, I can't fucking do it at all. Fuck it. I used these two before. I'm not really that concerned about holding on to them. There we go. This one should be...
God! Oh! Oh! God! Oh!
Maybe I do need the suit. I had my radiation on. Okay. And this one, this is just the path that leads me through here. Yeah, and it just does that. It doesn't actually do anything or take me anywhere new. This is area 1, right? So this should reset the... Okay, it does. It resets that security. Okay. So that area is just done now. Fuck it. We need to find that radiation suit. I think it's in the other area. In the main building. But we shouldn't have any other enemies. This guy sleeps with a sawed-off under his pillow. That's fucking sick. I wish I could have a sawed-off without, like, government getting mad at me. That'd be fucking awesome. Nothing...
We weren't prepared for a direct attack.
We weren't prepared for a direct attack. Well, guess what? It happened. I don't know where that all leads to. My goodness. I do think it's really funny whenever it's like, oh, you don't find anything. When I'm like... Alright, now that I've done all that shit, how about now? Do you like me now? Still doesn't want to talk to me. Nothing there. This is the rebreather I was considering grabbing. This lockdown is lifted, right? So this door's... it's not open. Doesn't have the right code. That was a direct attack. Alright. Let's see if there's... anything... oh, might as well heal.
I'm staying right here.
Okay, you don't have anything new to say.
You found him.
Yep, I know. I'm the best. You can call me the greatest to ever do it. Alright, hazmat suit. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this. Pick up the hazmat suit. And then we're gonna have to start our trek back to the fucking comms building. Ah. I love this game, but sometimes, man, I'm like... sometimes I gotta, like, backtrack a long ways and it feels like it takes fucking forever. Alright. Maybe don't stand in my fucking way, cat. How about that? Cat's all mad at me, like, oh no, you fucking stepped on me, dickhead. Alright. This.
God! Oh, God!
Holy shit. This whole fucking area is just trapped to fuck. Heal that. Heal that. Got a bunch of fucking health packs now, but holy. Golly. Holy shit. Let's see, let's see. Is there some way to... Surely there's a way to reach that, right? Okay, so I need to bring this up to 3, right? Okay. Then I can come all the way up here. Now that the bridge is raised. Yeah, a multi-tool. This is probably the... Yep, control room key. 400 points. So now I can upgrade pretty much anything that isn't either of the two that I actually really want to upgrade. Except for rifle, I guess. But rifle I think is good where it is. Okay. Wait a second. What? What do you mean, if I attack your systems? Attack my systems and you will take considerable losses? What are you talking about? Is this Icarus's facility? There's no way, right? What the fuck do you mean, Icarus? Please talk. Please tell me what the fuck you mean. I'm so confused. Is this your... Is this, like, actually... Alright, what's this book say? Oh, it's Jacob's Shadow again. Chapter 32. Jacob looked at her and watched all the regret drain from her eyes. She tossed the empty revolver onto the body next to her, the gun in her other hand, never moving an inch from a point that Jacob guessed was just above the bridge of his nose. You don't have to do this. It doesn't have to be like this. Oh yes. Yes, I'm afraid that it does. He slowly shook his head. The window cracked for a moment, and it sounded as if a wasp had buzzed through the room. Then a dull thud as her body dropped to the floor. Blood poured from the cavity that had been her skull, a wide black pool that spread like a shadow in the darkness. Jacob knelt and rubbed his fingers in her blood. Monk never missed with a sniper rifle. Not ever. Damn. That's hardcore. What are you scratching me for, huh? What are you doing? Ooh, what's this?
I cannot survive much longer. Help me acquire Milnet access. I must attack. I must attack.
A battle of two different AI. Neither of which is really... Neither of which I really trust. Neither of these are like a Leela or a Cortana that I can like just kind of like believe like, okay, this one has my best interest at heart. Oh fuck! I need to find a password for all of these. I need a password. All right. let's see. Daedalus and Icarus are obviously at odds with each other. I don't quite understand what the beef is. Is that Sam Carter? No way. It is!
Mr. Carter,
Yep, they ran the old dog out.
you were dismissed?
All of us career types. They want cadets who've never been anywhere except UNATCO and the UNATCO Academy.
Easier to manage, I suppose.
Time to come out here and lend a hand. I knew what Savage was up against. I just didn't want to admit it.
It's an honor to have you with us, sir.
All right, enough bawling our eyes out. We've got work to do.
Hell yeah, we do.
I didn't want to admit that UNATCO could be corrupted, but finally, I had to leave.
I thought you were dismissed.
I guess it's not surprising to find a few crooks in a place protected by security procedures. The shadow of secrecy. It protects indiscriminately.
That it does.
Let's shoot the breeze later. Black programs are too far, if you want to know my opinion. The darkest shadows where guys like Page can operate invisibly, like parts of Area 51. Programs not even Congress can ask about.
That's kind of an interesting point.
There's a time and a place for security. The legislature has to stay vigilant, or there will be abuses. That's where we have the advantage against Bob Page. We've learned his secrets, his first line of defense. Time for you to move out, soldier. Enough chit-chat. Enough chit-chat.
Okay. Is this Jaime? No, it's just a
We saw the
researcher.
battle through the cameras. I can't believe you pulled it off.
Are you sure? It's Ben Roper. Nice.
You saved our lives. Dr. Savage would like to thank you.
Latasha Taylor. Alright. Recharge. Hello.
I'm Dr. Savage. Thank you. We were close to surrendering when you landed.
Ooh.
J.C. Denton. I'm working with Morgan Everett of the Illuminati. He's developed a cure for the Grey Death, and we were hoping to get time on your UC to manufacture it.
Everett contacted me just before the attack. Naturally, we'll manufacture the cure once the computer's back up and we get a containment unit for the UC.
How close are you to being operational?
My daughter's on an expedition to the ocean lab right now to find a schematic for the containment vessel. But Lord knows when the computer will be back up. It was damaged during the attack.
I'll look at it. In addition to the UC, Everett and I need your connection to the Milnet.
Yes, he said something about an artificial intelligence. The Echelon system. Something called Icarus and Daedalus.
Another attack happening as we speak. I'll explain later.
Well, the main terminal is in the room at the top of the stairs. Log in G Savage, password Tiffany. I'll open the doors. I would say it's too dangerous. A lot of damaged equipment and hot power lines up there. But until the computers are up, the UC's just a box of bolts.
Okay, so that gave us our password. This one should actually be the same username and login, right? What did he say it was? It was G Savage, Tiffany? G Savage, Tiffany. Okay. G Savage, Tiffany. Login. Alright, so from Sam Carter. It took me a while to track you down, Gary. You've covered your tracks well, but I still know a few tricks and a few people, which is part of the reason I'm writing. Ever since I left the army a couple years back, I've been working for UNATCO. It seems like they're a better organization in principle than practice. I've become increasingly uncomfortable with their methods. I've got my suspicions about other things as well, but I'd prefer not to get into them on an open line. It doesn't matter. They've discharged everyone who doesn't come to them right out of UNATCO Academy spouting the party line, so I'm gone as of today. Heard you had your own difference of opinions with the military research establishment and took off on your own. I'm not sure what you're working on, but it might be related to something another friend of mine has uncovered, and I'd like to help. Let me know if you need another hand. It'd be good to see you again. Okay, that's interesting. T. Savage. I assume this is his wife? No, daughter, obviously. I'm about ready to leave, Dad. Carla and Stacy have done their best to outfit me with everything I need. You know, when I was a little girl, I never really fantasized about being a spy or a thief or a princess. I always wanted to be a scientist, just like you. Methodical and careful. That's exactly how you always taught me to work, and that's exactly how I'll be. I know we'll see each other before I leave, but I wanted you to know how proud I am of you and what you're doing, and how glad I am that I can be a part of it. Mom would have been proud of you too. I just don't know if I can say all that when I'm standing there in front of you, so this will have to do until I get back. Love, Tiffany. Gary, I think it's Gary, whatever his first name was. Mr. Savage has done a good job raising his daughter, obviously. She loves him. Did something right, at least. C. Brown. I'm starting to pick up signals on the Templar sensors consistent with a small assault force. I'm not sure if they think that little of us, or if they're just in such a rush to stop us that this was the best they could manage. Either way, I hope those Hong Kong bots we got from your mysterious benefactor can do the trick. We've probably got an hour before they arrive, so I'm going to run a systems check on the bots before everything goes to hell. Carla. Carla Brown, huh? What about...
I'm surprised anything up there survived the explosion.
Which explosion?
The main terminal is in the back, on the second level.
Okay, so that must be the thing that I was looking
We
at.
left the lift on the upper level, I'm afraid. You'll have to use the switch in the middle of the computer room to bring it down. We really need that system up, but don't get yourself electrocuted.
I'll do my best.
I'm surprised anything up there survived the explosion.
Did you, though?
I'm surprised any...
We lost nothing critical during the attack.
Are you sure?
Majestic 12 will be back. We're close to having a UC, and they know it. I would be careful about trusting the Illuminati.
Oh, trust me, I don't trust them.
Majestic 12 will be back. We're close to having a UC, and they know it.
Okay, so... Ooh, what the fuck? Why is that like that? See, we have the whole UC thing. Is this just the same? So this one doesn't actually let us in. We've heard a lot about this UC, but what actually is the Universal Constructor? Like, we know that it's a necessary component for manufacturing, like, whatever ambrosia is, and the cure for, the Grey Death itself, right? Like, we know that it's required for both of those two things, but what exactly is a Universal Constructor? Do we not have the code? Hey, stop scratching at the fucking paper bags. Did you really want to just do that, huh? Is that what you want to do? Dickhead. He's cute, but he's a dickhead. What did he say it was? Okay, so main terminal is in the room at the top of the stairs. Log in G Savage, password Tiffany. I'll open the doors. I would say it's too dangerous, but a lot of... Okay, so he's opened the doors. That's why the one near Sam is all fucking going haywire. A Universal Constructor is a man who is very good at Lego. I mean, that's true. Denton must learn the ways of Lego to become truly human.
Just bring up the system for Savage. I'll route Daedalus through your info. Don't worry, there's very little risk.
Okay, so that didn't do nearly what I thought it would.
Just bring up the system for Savage. I'll route Daedalus through your info link. Don't worry, there's very little risk.
Just bring up the system for Savage, huh? I have a feeling that I don't want to do that. I feel like I should double cross the Illuminati right now, because I feel like there's some bad shit going down. Lego Deus movie. That would be fucking sick, actually. I think if they did a Deus Ex movie, but like it was Lego, it'd be pretty fucking cool. But also, like, what the fuck? I don't trust this at all. Cigarettes. Like, if we go to here, bring up the Vandenberg computer system needed to operate the UC and allow Everett to defend Daedalus. Uplink Daedalus to the military computers near the control room on the second floor of the command building. Is there not a way to let Icarus win in that situation? Because Icarus is obviously anti-Illuminati. And if Icarus is anti-Illuminati, that means that, like... Well, we're gonna go ahead and... If Icarus is anti-Illuminati, it should be no big deal to just let it... Or, not no big deal, but like, as long as it's not a Majestic 12 AI, which I suppose is a risk. Okay. Because we don't know anything about Icarus other than that it's told me now not to trust the Illuminati. Lego Island 3, Denton must deliver pizza to solve the mystery. Alex is also there for some reason.
Oh.
This should turn off all of the electricity. Cat, please. You are being very distracting. You will sit in my lap like this. Ah, he's like kicking my leg. Or my arm, rather. Alright, let's see. Cat is trying to explain the plot. He's really not, though. We're just gonna go ahead and bypass these. Turn off all of this electricity. Is there not something else I can do? G Savage Tiffany. It says uplink Milnet. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that we can do.
I am. I'm losing Daedalus. Yes.
Helios.
Look, something's...
That's different.
You forgot about the Aquinas Protocol. I was listening to Daedalus all along, waiting.
The AIs seem to be merging.
And I have another surprise, Denton. Find Savage in the control room. I have an announcement.
Uh-oh. Bob Page wants to talk to us directly?
Something went wrong, JC. I'm looking into it.
Excellent. We're all here.
You aren't in a position to make any demands, Page.
On the contrary, my mission might have failed, but so did yours. I captured your daughter an hour ago.
Oh, no.
She's been quite forthcoming. So you were hoping to find a containment unit in the ocean lab?
I demand to see my daughter immediately.
Well, like you, we lack certain components of a universal constructor. The reaction modules you stole when you left Area 51 to go into business for yourself.
Don't negotiate.
Oh yes, Mr. Denton. I wanted you here for a reason. Look at me. You interfere in any way, I will kill that young woman. I mean it. I want those components, Savage. You will bring them to the abandoned gas station west of Vandenberg in exactly 1 hour.
You hurt my daughter, and I swear to God.
Bring me the reaction modules.
Holy shit.
I don't think we have a choice. Oh, I should have never let her go.
Page will resume production of the Plague if he gets the components to build a UC.
I know. But I can't let them kill Tiffany.
That's respectable.
Tell them you're sending someone with the components. I'll have my pilot drop me off where they're holding your daughter. Maybe I can rescue her.
That's too risky.
We don't have a choice. Trust me. She'll be fine.
Damn straight.
Yes, we've got to try it. Just don't let anything happen to her. Mr. Denton, thank you. Here's a photograph so that you can identify her.
Okay. Holy shit. So that's Tiffany. So we have to go to the gas station.
Tiffany is the last of Gary's family.
Yeah, we know that.
A spy for Page assassinated Gary's wife shortly after we came here.
Hey, you sure you don't want me to just go ahead and try to assassinate Page? You don't have to pay me, just like if you happen to know where he is, you know, if he's got any important meetings going on. I'm more than happy to assassinate him, for the both of us, frankly.
Mr. Denton, whatever it takes, get her back. Tiffany is the last of Gary's family.
Okay.
Tiffany is Gary's only child.
Yep.
I hope you find her.
I hope I find her too.
We can't give in to MJ-12, even if one of us has to die. I would be careful about trusting the Illuminati.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that we didn't fucking get like that we didn't explicitly like have Daedalus defeat Icarus, and instead they said that they were kind of they were combining in some way, and so now we have, instead of Icarus and Daedalus, we have Helios, which is weird.
You think I'm doing the right thing? Going after Savage's daughter?
Absolutely. Never negotiate with a terrorist.
Based!
Tiffany could lose her life.
Never negotiate. You will only encourage more acts of terror. Besides, you're gonna bring Tiffany back alive.
Yes, sir. I'll do what I can to get her back. Know much about the Echelon system?
Yeah, please tell me about that.
Why?
Morgan Everett just had me connect 2 Echelon AIs together. They've merged to form an entity called Helios.
Sounds like Everett was making a play for power, and it backfired.
Yes!
What does that do for Majestic 12?
I'm not sure. UNATCO was aware that the Daedalus system had become unreliable, but no one knew why. Icarus was the same system with a few modifications.
Page seemed to think he had won.
Perhaps. The NSA's had the internet hardwired through Area 51 since the 30s. But if components of Daedalus are still active, I would bet his control is less than absolute.
I hope you're right. Thanks.
Since the 30s, so because of what year this game takes place in, I'm assuming that means the 2030s.
All right, I've landed. You won't believe this. but I have Tong with me. He looks pretty sick. Savage has promised to get him some medical attention. Meet us at the base entrance to the northeast.
Base entrance to the northeast, eh? So many people in this game are working for the base department. Dude, for real. This whole game is just the fucking... Like, hey, you've got a call from the base department? The whole fucking game. Every single person has, like, some... Like, actually respectable position that they hold. That's more nuanced than just... Thing I like good, thing you like bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very... I'm a big fan of, like, traditional fantasy, where, like, they're, like with Sauron and fucking, like, the races of man, right, in, Lord of the Rings. I'm more than happy to have a strictly black and white, good versus evil thing, but this is some of the best gray area I think I've seen in games. Like, at all. It's awesome. Not this way. What's this one? G. Savage. Tiffany? Alright, so this one has a different password. This is what I wanted. Thank you. This whole thing is fucking awesome. That like fake alarm is still going off. Okay, so it looks like this is gonna be the end of the mission, and if it is, I'm kind of tempted to say it's the end of the stream as well. I was googling Achilles because of a song, and one of the related questions is Achilles a top or a bottom? I have decided modernity was a mistake. Yeah. Okay, 100 skill points. Alright, I'm just gonna double check the... Let's look at the walkthrough real quick. Just to make sure. Okay, so... We should... This level is, not quite... This...
JC, hello?
What's wrong with...
What's wrong?
An error. One of the experiments. I have the Grey Death.
Ah,
I flew
damn.
into San Jose and had no way to get here.
I am not a high-order term in the equation anymore. Do not concern yourselves with me.
You aren't dead yet, Tong. Savage will take care of you.
I'm here for selfish reasons. To have access to the cure.
Let's just hope we're able to manufacture it. Savage's daughter failed to get the parts he needs for the UC. She's being held prisoner by Majestic 12.
We should get moving. Tony Maris is on the way to help Tong.
By all means, go. You don't have time to stand around on account of me.
No.
Get in, JC. I got a little rattle under the control panel. This old bird can still flap her wings.
A rattle? Maybe one of Savage's mechanics should look at it.
Tiffany comes first. I think that mechanic at Everett's just didn't know how to use a screwdriver. Let's go.
I don't think that he didn't know. It was that he didn't know. I think he intentionally sabotaged you. Because we can't trust the fucking Illuminati for shit. Because it's the fucking Illuminati. And the dude has been lying to this other guy for fucking years about, like, whether he'll let the guy out. So the fact that he's lying to us and, like, is sabotaging the helicopter is not a surprise at all. Abandoned gas station. Alright, so we're not quite done with this area. Oh, sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Let's see. I was Googling Achilles because of a song. Oh, wait, no. I know Achilles and Patroclus were lovers in Greek lore, but, like, guys, please. I mean...
I'm gonna stay back until you have Tiffany. Then I'll touch down in the junkyard to the south. Try to make a silent approach. If the guards think it's a raid, they might decide to kill Savage's daughter.
Alright, so we need to make sure we don't, alert the guards. Alright, I'm not gonna risk a bunch of lockpicks on the idea that there might be something. Alright, so these are good guys, or at the very least not bad guys. Oh, what's this? Oh, cacti.
How's it going?
Huh? Down, man. It's going down and it keeps going down.
Hell yeah.
You're a long way from a city. How do you get by out here?
We were living in the gas station.
They threw us out.
The soldiers?
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak in there while they're sleeping and start a fire.
I like you,
You
Fred.
ever did one thing you talked about doing.
I know my business, woman.
I'm going in there right now. What's the best way?
Myself. I was gonna take the sewer. See, I got a key.
Mind if I borrow it?
Sure, man. You go in first and scout around. I'll go later when they're fast asleep and won't suspect a thing. Need any hardware? The Army used to have a command post up there. I found weapon mods for accuracy and recoil, which you can have for $750 and $400.
Okay.
Also a rebreather. How about $1,500?
No, I'm good. I'll just take the key.
Not interested.
None of that stuff really seems that helpful to me. Myself, I was gonna go into the sewers. You see, I got a key. I wonder if this is the same key. Alright. Where's... Is the sewer entrance that fucking door that I found before? Alright, we gotta make sure we get a little bit, okay. Okay. Yeah, this is the sewers. This is definitely sewers. Ooh. Okay. I really wish I was able to just pick the corpses up. I do think it's kind of interesting that there's no... There's no door to that, like, trash area. I was gonna go in there while I was sleeping and start a fire. See? I got a key. The question is, I don't think or I guess not question. The problem that I have is that I don't think I'm strong enough to one-shot these guys with the sniper rifle. Hello? Well, this whole thing is kind of already... It's empty. Well, one of the MJ-12 troops is kind of on edge now. Biocell. Couple of Zyme vials. Cigarettes. Okay. take this and... Surely I can just... Really hoping that's not too loud. Okay. Okay. This is a really... This feels kind of tense to me. What is going on? Okay, so this is... just this. Okay. Coming up here. Let me up. I'm curious. Are they keeping her in this building? Is that what this is? Hello?
Hello? Whoever's out there is in serious trouble.
Target in sight.
Damn it. Okay, well.
Sergeant, is that you?
Okay, so she's being held captive in there.
Whoever's out there, give yourself up. Nope, just nerves, I guess.
I wonder.
Somebody keep contact. Intruder. I'm dealing with. Target locked.
No! No, I'm saving her. I refuse to fail to save her.
Hello? Whoever's out there is in serious trouble.
Remember not to touch the body.
So that's the plasma. There's gotta be. Okay. Okay. So it appears I can one-shot these guys. That guy seems to be an instant trigger, a trigger for an instant loss.
Did anybody else hear something?
Possible con dropping. We have full sanction here. Visual contact has been lost.
Alright. Hopefully he doesn't immediately start trying to kill,
Dropping. We have...
So I've got those guys. Okay. That should be everyone. Okay. So that's everyone who's an immediate threat, so.
Your father sent me. You alright?
Hell
They
yes.
caught me at the submarine base trying to steal one of their mini-subs.
Oh, did they?
You really think there's a containment unit in the ocean lab?
All we need's a schematic, as long as the main computer isn't waterlogged.
We'll talk about that later. Come on, let's go.
I'm not going back to that base. You want to check it out? Great. Here's a map that shows a back way into the sub-base.
I'll check it out. First, let's get you out of here.
Wait here while I deal with the
guards.
Right.
Alright. Alright, EMP grenade. Nano key.
It's him. Terminating now. Still got movement.
$10 mil, don't need 10 mil.
Yes, you'll go to the ocean lab. You'll help me acquire a universal constructor.
Still looking at this ancient entity. Not sure how Page can control it.
Okay, got him. Anywhere else? Alright, sweet. Looks like that's everybody. Thord. One thing that I kind of appreciate about this game that I guess I didn't really think about before is the fact that, like, areas like this gas station, don't have, like, a ridiculous amount of, like, important lore or anything like that that, like, provide like some good provide a bunch of context. You know, because it's like it's kind of funny because, like, when I think of Fallout, I'd have to, like, go back and double check, but I'm pretty sure that they do sometimes just include, like, oh yeah, this insane thing is in, like, a relatively pointless location. Okay, I think we've killed all of the enemies. So let's get our girl, and this should be the end. I think after this we go to the sub base.
I'm ready.
All right, make a break for the helicopter.
Make a break for the helicopter. It's in the junkyard.
Got it.
Maybe it's not though. Maybe I'm just being a fucking schizophrenic. I still feel the need. I should go back to Fallout 1 for a bit because, like, I did save. I got everyone water.
Are you sure it's safe?
But I didn't, like. There's a lot that I don't understand in that game, and a lot of shit that I haven't explored. People I haven't talked to, quests I haven't done. And I don't even know that, like, saving the vault is, like, necessarily the end.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Good, you both made it. Dr. Savage will be relieved.
Can you take her back to Vandenberg while I check out the submarine base? I'm gonna make another try to reach the Ocean Labs UC.
Sure, I'll drop you off on the way.
It's on the way? That's fucking insane. I like Jock. Jock is cool. I also get the sense that Jock is going to die before the end of the game. Maybe, like, I don't know, on the last mission or something. That would be depressing. Alright, this is the sub base.
Tiffany was captured. You need to steal a mini-sub to module submerged just offshore.
All right. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and save the game. And then we'll call it a night here. Well, I like that last mission. That last one felt really cool. I feel like the first hour or so of just kind of ruminating on everything that Morpheus was telling us and shit. I think that's probably one of my favorite things. All right, close the game. Go to just chatting. So fuck, dude. That I feel like maybe not every single mission, but every few missions, we get some seriously good, like, philosophical and, like, political discussion in the game, or, like, the game facilitates philosophical and political discussion in a way that I really appreciate, and I really think is, I really think, like, it respects the nuance and depth of these topics, right? Because, like, generally speaking, right, like, you'll get games like, what's an example? Let me scroll through my list. You get a game like, fucking... like The Outer Worlds. I haven't played The Outer Worlds fully, but generally my understanding is that it's like company's bad. And it doesn't really like think about how or why. Like, it's not like, oh, like communist propaganda or anything like that. It's just kind of like, it's mostly played for laughs. You know, it's a lot more lighthearted than something like Fallout, which is probably by design. Deus Ex is weird because to me it feels like it's not lighthearted. You know, it's not like, oh, this is like a non-serious topic, or this is not something that should be taken seriously. But it's also like, it doesn't go and like, it treats it a lot more like a conversation, like political conversations I've had with, like, friends, right? In a way where it's like, yeah, we talk about these things and we care about certain things, but it's not like super serious in, like, the way that we're like, oh, if I talk to you about this, then it's gonna be like the end of us or some shit like that. It doesn't feel like that. It's just kind of like posing questions and then, like, how do you answer them? Deus Ex is very, very quickly becoming, like, just like my favorite game that I've played this year. You know, last year that would have been Baldur's Gate 3 because that was awesome. But this is so engaging and so interesting to talk about. At the same time, though, I wonder whether I would think it's so interesting if I wasn't streaming. Because, like, part of the thing that makes it interesting is talking about and discussing these different things, and, like, you can kind of, like, think about them and, like, all that good stuff when you're, if you just play it on your own. But, like, actually voicing your thoughts on them, I think, is a lot more interesting than just, thinking about them. Because, like, there have been a few times where, like, I've said something that sounded right in my head, but then as I hear it, I'm like, no, that's not quite right. That's not quite what I mean or what I think. You know, I'm not quite articulating myself. But yeah, I mean, if it's not obvious at this point, Deus Ex is an amazing game, and I think everybody with an interest in games should play it. Like, a serious interest. You know, if you're more engaged than, like, someone who's just a normie, right? Who just deserves a whole discussion, frankly. But, like, if you're engaged in this medium, I think this is, like, one of the games that you need to, like, check out. Like, it is that good. Like, Halo, I think I love, and I think it's a lot of fun to play. But Halo does not even come close to like the kind of like this level of like engagement where I'm like thinking about like what is the game saying, what does the game mean when it does this. Like Halo is it's a very fun game that I find that is not in the it's just like an example, right? Because it's a very shallow experience compared to this. Anyways, yeah, fantastic game. Hope we'll be back with the sub base tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good rest of your days, mornings, evenings, nights, whatever it may be. I'm gonna try and take a nap or something, maybe. I'm gonna be meeting with family tomorrow, so things are gonna be. I'm gonna stop trailing off. Have a good night, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.